They said he lost, but what if I told you he never stood a chance? When the royal family plays the Joker card, the game is rigged. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Isabella Banks YouTube channel. I'm Weezy, your truth teller, tea spiller, and today, your legal translator. Because unless you've been under the rock the royal family hides behind, you've heard Prince Harry just lost his security appeal and the UK media is acting like it's justice served, when really it's royal chess. The tabloids say Harry lost. Court says he doesn't need protection. But what they conveniently forget to mention, this wasn't about whether Harry needed protection. It was about whether the people deciding followed the rules. And spoiler alert, they didn't. The court admits that they didn't. Even RAVEC admits that they didn't. So, really, Prince Harry should have won the case. But thanks to one little phrase buried on page 5 of the court judgments, none of that mattered. And that phrase is royal prerogative. Royal prerogative basically means this: if the royal family is involved, the usual rules take a smoke break. They can override policies, ignore protocol, and do whatever suits the crown. I took a deep dive into the 21-page court judgment in this case, and what I found was shocking. To understand the judgment, we need to understand what the real issues were in the first place. And to be able to understand what the issues were, we need to start with Prince Harry's grounds of appeal. So, what did Prince Harry say he was unhappy about? Harry argued that RAVEC skipped risk assessment boards and treated him differently than other VIPs. This is valid, this is reasonable, and honestly, it's kind of obvious, right? I mean, Pippa, who is Kate Middleton's sister, got security. She's not a member of the family. She's not married to the family. She is sister in law to the family. And yet she got security. Okay, who else? Camilla. Camilla got protection before marrying Charles. But Harry, nope, he gets vibes and wishful thinking, if that. And here's the trap: because royal prerogative is in play, RAVEC didn't have to follow their own rules. They could do what they wanted, and Harry's lawyers knew that. So when the royal family plays their joker, aka royal prerogative, they protect their own at all costs, even if it makes no damn sense. This is where the fact that the UK runs a constitutional monarchy comes into play. Because what it means really is that the government and the royal family share governing power in the UK. And there are some matters over which the royal family have sole jurisdiction and cannot be limited by the court of law, which was brought into effect by the UK government. This is why they say the royal family is above the law, because they are. And we have just witnessed an example of their power. This is what I've been trying to tell my non British subscribers for the longest time. And I keep getting dismissed, or the UK keeps getting dismissed as being just that little island. Anyway, let me not deviate for the reason why we are doing this video. Harry didn't just lose the case, he lost to the Crown's immunity system. And that system is not justice, it's privilege wrapped in a fur coat. No wonder Prince Harry kept saying in his interview with the BBC that he didn't realize that members of RAVEC had royal prerogative in that matter and that he wishes someone had told him sooner. And this revelation made me pause for a second because Prince Harry obviously had a barrister who no doubt would have advised him about the royal family's prerogative, because the barristers for the royal family, in the exchange of paperwork before the hearing date, would have raised this point in their own paperwork to Prince Harry's barrister. But Prince Harry decided to proceed anyway. It's quite clear to see that he saw the court case as the only way to get the information he wanted about what was actually happening to his security when he stepped down from being a working member of the royal family. This points back to the fact that RAVEC is justiciable. What that means is that they can be sued but not held accountable. In practical terms, this means that they can be sued but not held accountable, which is stupid and a waste of time if you ask me. But I suppose the threat of exposure does help in some way to keep the royal family in check. But it's frustrating to know that they can't be held responsible for any of their actions. This wasn't just about security, this was about legacy, exposure, and power. Harry didn't win the case, but he won our attention. He cracked open the curtain and showed us how dirty the royal playbook can be. This is about Diana. This is about power. This is about reminding the world that the monarchy is not your grandmother's fairy tale. So, let's go on to see what the social media streets are saying about what's been going on. So this lady, Marianne, says, I remember when Charles says it wouldn't be a great loss if Harry was to be unalived. So after today's ruling, I'll go on record as saying right back at you, Chuck. And that goes for the bird you married too. Another person, one of my favorite commentators on Twitter, Glow Lee, says, so HRH Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex's security case. The appeal court found in favor of the monarchy and Daddy Dearest, King Charles via RAVEC. It is to be expected in many ways. They were never going to let Harry have less restricted access to the UK as part of the cult punishment behavior. But I don't want to hear one peep from King Charles's royal reporters that sources say he dearly wants to see Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, especially after he took Frogmore from them too. This is one for the time capsule and future memoir. For real. And another person says Tyler Perry has to be the second most hated black person by the royal family after Meghan. He provided security for Harry, Meghan, and Archie after King Charles instructed countries not to protect them. Charles must have been so angry when he discovered Tyler saved Harry and Meghan. And then the last one, King Charles the Cruel is at it again. Whispers say the palace is dusting off the exact same playbook they used on Diana, and Meghan's the next target. History repeating itself in plain sight. Don't look away. So, guys, at this point, for those who were wishing it wouldn't be the case, we now know that the media harassment and online bullying against Prince Harry and Meghan is going to escalate, right? So, this is the reason why my commitment to ensuring that we are able to push towards a UN petition against the media harassment and the online bullying continues behind the scenes. But I need your help, guys. We need to get to a minimum of 10k subscribers because the UK charities that focus on media harassment and online bullying have said that they only engage with channels that have a minimum of 10k subscribers. Researching, attending legal consultations, and reporting to move this mission forward is going to take money. We're at the stage now where we need to have grit, and it's not just about talking online. And so I thought to myself that if I had 1,000 people, and I know that is ambitious, but hear me out. If I had 1,000 people subscribe to my channel at $4.99 each, we could propel this mission forward at an exponential speed. The link to my channel membership is in the description box of this video and in the comment section. I also need 1,000 Instagram followers to help me effectively disseminate information to our squad. This will help boost our ability to influence undecided opinions and rally more supporters to join our cause, especially as we implement a structured plan to change the media narrative. Guys, join the movement. I know that we all have a lot on our plates right now with the world being the way it is at the moment. But if you are able to donate any of your energy, any of your resources to this cause, I think it is worth doing because when we get to the end of the tunnel, we are going to be able to say we were part of making history. So the link to my Instagram page is in the comment section of this video as well. Guys, it's time for us to shift gears and get into drive mode. Let's get to work. Okay, so now that we understand why Prince Harry lost his appeal, let's now turn our attention to Prince Harry's interview with the BBC after the court judgment was handed down. But this is all I have for this video. If you want to listen to my opinion on Prince Harry's interview with the BBC, tune into my next video, which is going to be coming up shortly after this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my updates. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And until next time, this is Weezy signing off. Peace.